A very good Wednesday morning to everyone out there. Landon here with you to bring you your latest weather or not forecast, courtesy of Ohio Valley Insurance. Got an interesting weather pattern here in the short-term future here across the Wobbles region. The good news is it's going to be absolutely immaculate and beautiful throughout this Valentine's Day, even into tomorrow. But as we progress on into our Friday, things are going to change. Taking a look here at the latest surface map, you can see we have got an area of high pressure located south of the region. What is this going to do for us throughout the day? Is it's going to be escorting these winds in out of the south and west. They're not going to be anything to get too worked up about. On the cusp of 5 to 10, maybe 15 miles an hour from time to time. That's going to be taking highs well up to around the 60-degree mark underneath sunshine today. What perfect conditions for our Valentine's Day. You got any plans of getting out this evening for a nice dinner or something? Should be in ship shape, maybe a light jacket, but nothing more should be needed. Getting a look over downtown Bowling Green, the D93 Skycam showcasing not much of anything going on. We are underneath clear skies early this morning with rays of sunshine just about to come up and over the horizon. Same can be said overlooking the Beach Tree News Skycam up in Morgantown. We have crystal clear skies over in that direction as well. Enjoy it while you can, folks, because that is going to be changing here over the course of the next few days. Take a look here at our ratings this morning. It is a frigid start for us across the region. Hanging out anywhere between the low and mid 30s region-wide. We are creeping up near the 40-degree mark down in Simpson County. And again, we're going to be catapulting these highs right up to around the 60-degree mark this afternoon. It is going to be immaculate in the great outdoors. Taking a look at the latest surface map, as previously mentioned, we got this little stationary front gliding right along the north of the region. We're going to have a little disturbance and cold front pass through here as we get into our Thursday on into our Thursday night, but that'll also be helping set the stage for a potential snow event here as we work on into our Friday as well. Let's jump in here and take a look at the short-term model guidance. First thing I want to mention is our winds. Might get a little bit of a gust in here around the midday time frame on into lunchtime on the cusp of 10 to 15 miles an hour. All's going to remain quiet, folks, until we get into tonight. And then we have a cold front that's going to be approaching here from the west throughout our Thursday. We will see a noticeable uptick in cloud cover along with, as you can see, brisk southwesterly winds on the magnitude in some instances 25 to 35 plus miles an hour throughout our Thursday. Going to be breezy and warm yet again, and then those should subside, and eyes will turn to our next potential winter weather maker. So let's jump right into it. We're going to kick off with the Euro. We believe that this is the model that is handling this situation the best. High pressure to our south will nudge off to the east as we get into our Thursday, and as previously mentioned, here is our area of low pressure. Associated cold front that's going to arrive here from the west. Now we might have an isolated drizzle or sprinkle out of this, but a little bit, nothing more than an uptick in cloud cover for the vast majority of the Wobbles community. That cold front's going to go down to our south, and then it's going to pump the brakes and set up shop right along the Ohio Valley. And we're going to keep our eyes on this area of low pressure as it tracks eastward. You can see here as we get into Friday morning, it's going to continue to deepen right across the Great Plains and then jolt very quickly off in an east-northeastward track. It's going to be bringing us right along the line on the cusp of a potential winter weather event. So right now, what the Euro is suggesting, by the time we roll into late Friday afternoon, we could get in on a brief bout of some plain Jane rain, and then a transition over to a light wintry mix, and then light snow that very quickly jolts east of the region. All right, so that's something to take note of. We have two things that are going to be working against any sort of significant snow coming out of this. We can look at our sounding profiles. I'm not going to bore you with it, but we have very, very dry air that's going to infiltrate the mid-levels of the atmosphere. That causes the area of the atmosphere where we get the most crystallization and snow growth to not have the moisture needed to create anything significant. That's number one. Number two, look at how fast this system rolls through here. Here we are looking on Friday evening, right around sunset, the 6 p.m. time frame. And then by 9 p.m., folks, it jolts it all but the very eastern tier of the Wobbles community and it's already out of here. So we're going to be watching these temperature profiles as we do roll into sunrise on Saturday. We will be down right around to the upper 20s, so around the 30-degree mark. So we could see even minor amounts of frozen precipitation that make it to a ground create somewhat of a travel headache. So we're obviously going to be keeping very close eyes on this. Why is your confidence, Landon, still kind of wavering on what we're going to receive? Because models remain in a pretty large discrepancy. We were just looking at the euro. Now we're going to look at the GFS, and you'll recall just where we were looking at this low that's located down here. The low is slicing right and bisecting right through the southern Kentucky region. That would put us through the majority of the event on a warm side of the low that's going to result in nothing more than scattered light rain showers, maybe a brief change over to a wintry mix, and then it's out of here with the loss of that moisture that we were just talking about, all right? But with that being said, we do believe that the euro is favoring this and having a better handle on it as we speak. We can take a look over here at model guidance and the ensembles. We are looking at anywhere from around a 10 up to around a 20% chance of seeing snow of at least 1 inch in accumulation by sunrise on Saturday. So similar to the last event, chances aren't great, but we're going to continue to watch trends over the next couple of days to see exactly where the low placement is going to be. Because if it goes to the further south, we could be on the colder side of the low, thus resulting in higher snow accumulations. Or if the GFS comes to fruition, we're going to be looking at more of a warm rain event with temperatures just above the freezing threshold, all right? This is broken down nicely by our local National Weather Service office, and it's splitting the difference here. With the low track of track number 1, as you can see there on the imagery, with the low further to the north, it'll be a mainly rain event. And number 2, if you're a winter weather fan like me, you're going to be rooting for this low to stay further to the south, and we might be able to get squeeze out another little snow event here before we roll back to a warmer pattern as we progress on into the early days of next week. Here's a full breakdown of your next 5-day weather forecast. Impeccable weather for this Valentine's Day. Highs right around the lower 60s underneath sunshine. Clouds will be increasing Thursday with breezy southerly winds, highs between the low and mid-60s. Clouds really thicken up Thursday night into our Friday with scattered rain showers, potentially a quick changeover to a wintry mix or snow into the Friday night time frame. Warming back up to the upper 30s underneath gradual clearing skies on Saturday. Near 50 on Sunday and mid and upper 50s rolling into our President's Day on into Tuesday of next week. That's going to wrap up your Wednesday morning Valentine's Day edition of your Weather or Not forecast presented by Ohio Valley Insurance. You all take care of yourselves and each other. Have a fantastic